London Market Forums, bringing insurance professionals together.
Thanks very much, and thank you for this opportunity to share what I've seen across the world in terms of how technology is revolutionising and changing insurance. So I've titled this Harnessing Disruptive Technology to Drive Rapid Growth in the Market, the London market. I was the CIO at Hiscox on the retail side, but I believe that what I've seen on the retail side is equally applicable to London markets. And I've also kind of subtexted it, wow, not how. So the easiest way to kill an idea, when somebody's got an idea, they come up to you, easiest way to kill it there instantly is just say, how are you going to do that? So when they do that, say wow, not how. So what am I going to cover? I've only got 20 minutes, so this is going to be pacey. Okay, so take notes. I'll do the context for change, disrupting forces and restraining forces, the changing model and particularly how insurtechs I see playing in that space, innovation examples, and then how best to navigate through this complex unknown future we have. And then there'll be a summary. So London Market's brilliant pedigree. I believe in insurance. What can happen without insurance? London Markets is got such a pedigree, credibility of some 330 years, billions of premium, a significant contribution to the London and UK economy, and employing tens of thousands of people. But I've also heard that London Market is great if you love leather and killing trees. Maybe not. Chairman of Swiss Re saying, digitalisation, big data, robotics and artificial intelligence will completely disrupt the insurance industry's value chains. So, London Matters, I'm sure you've all read that report. I did, and I found it fascinating. Obviously lots of things happening, and the key question was, is the development of a globalised market for insurance undermining London's position as a preeminent centre? I think the conclusion was, yes, it was. And there are some things that the market are doing, like PPL, CSRP, and then improving the data quality across the market, which is excellent. I think it's just because London is a central time zone and a lot of people in the world speak English, just isn't going to be good enough. So, the challenge. How can technology and innovation transform the market to make it more digital, more efficient, and easier to do business with? I took a trip around Lloyds last week. I was actually quite interested and devastated to find a printer and a scanner and a rubber stamp still being used. I'm going like, what are you guys doing? So it's not that, it's making it more digital. So how can we make the London market completely digital? So you all know it, last year Lloyds Market overall made a £2 billion loss. Just the key letters here, key words from Inga Beale. Towards modernisation, technology playing an increasing key role. We must adapt in order to remain relevant and reduce the expense ratio. London Market expense ratio in 2012 was 35%, 2016 40%. That's going in the wrong direction. So, what are the disrupting technology forces that are at play? And I've sectioned this as kind of here and now, fast approaching, and then kind of out with the fairies, the kind of on the horizon. So here and now, what's the first thing you look at in the morning and the last thing you look at night? Good answer. Good answer if she was here. But your phone, it's become ubiquitous. Everybody wants to do business on their phone. It's everywhere. It wasn't here 10 years ago. Apple launched the iPhone 10 years ago, a billion or so devices. It's ubiquitous. IoT, telematics, connected homes, connected vessels, connected ships. IoT is everywhere, and that's creating lots and lots of data and data analytics. AI is becoming more and more prevalent. You hear lots and lots of people talking about AI. Wearable, hearable technology, drones. Drones are becoming more and more prevalent. So last Christmas I was showing my son how to tie the Christmas tree to our top of our car to get it home for Christmas. And he was sitting in the back of the car and he just wasn't interested. And I said, look, Sunday, son, you're going to be driving a car and you have the Christmas tree and you put it on the top and you just rope it up. And he said, no, Dad, I'll just get a drone to deliver it. And he's probably right. Cyber war, and then lots of talk about RPA, soft bots, chat bots. Soon we'll be talking to, as we do in banking now, you talk to somebody and actually they're a robot. Do you thank them? Feels a bit weird. So that's here and now. I used to put fast approaching, but now I put very fast approaching. And in fact, I should put very, very fast approaching. So digital advisors, machine learning based on behavioural insights, blockchains here, I'll cover that in a bit, virtual, augmented reality, 5G, 3D printing, computer interface. Yes, computer interface soon. I'll read this quote. Welcome to the age of ubiquitous computing, or the ability to access an omnipresent, highly knowledgeable, looking, seeing, talking, joke-making computer at any time, anywhere, in any format. It's coming. So on the horizon, out with the fairies, let's have a look. Brain to PC communication will soon be, getting rid of keyboards, and if you can communicate from your brain to the computer, then actually you'll be able to communicate from brain to brain. So I've actually communicated with you, and you've communicated back to me, and nobody else knows anything about it. Brain to brain communication.
I won't be here for that.
Who knows? Smart dust. Smart dust is they're getting sensors so small that actually they float. So they create these sensors and they put them, and the wind blows them into areas where you wouldn't necessarily go as a human, like war zone or somewhere, and they sense CO2, temperature, etc. So smart dust. And then quantum computing. At the moment, we all use computers. It's based on a binary operating system, ones and zeros. Quantum computing will come along, and actually there are infinite numbers of states between 0 and 1. So the computing power of quantum computing is considerable. That is in the laboratories at the moment and will be coming out. And then, of course, we've got self-driving cars, flying cars. Flying cars. Uber just launched a flying taxi in Dubai, so actually I should move that to the left as well. Lots of technology, lots happening. How is it affecting you guys? So, thinking about the sort of forces at play, and I do like seeing this as there are forces. It's not just all new technology. There are things happening. So, disrupting forces, new technology, new risk areas, like drone insurance, cyber insurance, robot insurance, wellness insurance, fierce global competition, Zurich, Bermuda, Singapore, lots and lots of competitive activity, not just from those big players, but also from people's customer behaviour. What do your customers want to do? And are you not allowing them to do it at the moment because if this is the way we've always done it? Customers' expectations are changing, lots of data, advanced analytics, a lot of growth in local markets, and that really is challenging the fact that London is the epicentre of insurance, but actually there's a trend towards more localised insurance. So how can you play in a digital world, having a local presence as well as a London presence? And then the rise of alternative capital, wanting to find a nice home to make lots of money. So lots of forces for change, and it wouldn't be complete without obviously talking about the forces that are resisting that change. So the biggest one I see is success. Why do we need to change? We've been successful 330 years. We're all making money. It's all fine. And actually, that can be a restrainer to change and to taking risks because we're successful. Why bother? Let's just play lip service to it. General fear and aversion to change. Existing brands that, in terms of whole market, point-to-point solutions in London market are fine. But if you have to make a change that impacts the whole market, then you've got to get everybody's agreement to it, and that's not necessarily a very easy thing to achieve, doing things by committee. Fear of cyber attack as you become more digital, lots of regulation and tax implications. And technology often is there seeking a problem to solve, a business problem to solve. And I find that actually, if you start with a business problem, then that's where you get best value from technology. Also, Paul will be presenting after me, but he wrote an article in your publication about the sweetie jar, and companies just wanting to go, oh, that's the latest, shiny thing. Let's go and run over there and invest in that. So I think actually there's too much choice, which is a constraining factor for the market, and as well as legacy infrastructure, IT systems, and culture. So, having said that, there's a considerable amount taking place in London markets at the moment. Chubb comes first business to integrate with Tom's structured data capture service. Munich Re also investing in Bosch to deliver Industry 4.0 and Internet of Things. They're moving into factories to put devices to get the data to get better risks. In fact, to prevent risk losses rather than just do underwriting. Excel adopts a new online notification platform. Atticus DQ Pro is a great system that is transforming the way that London Market gets data. It cleans the data from global sources and provides that kind of better data quality from Atticus DQ Pro. And then B3I, blockchain. So there's a lot of stuff happening at the moment. And in fact, yesterday I found out that Excel Innovate has invested heavily in Winwood, the marine risk and analytics startup. So there's plenty happening, plenty going on. But as you can imagine, there's plenty going on elsewhere as well. So in China, Hanover Re has joined Chinese reinsurer blockchain initiative, and they're doing it to make markets information flow more efficient and transparent. So you're doing loads of great stuff, but so are the competitors. I just had to put this slide up for four words, and the 4 words are in red. This is Bronick, obviously at Hiscox, about the uptake of London Market's BPL on the rise, but more to do. His words are, just get on with it, which I thought was fantastic. Yeah, definitely opportunity to get on with it. Electronic placement goes live with aviation. That's great. That idea has really taken off. But startups versus incumbents. Startups, they have a fear of failure, which actually drives the innovation to get something that works. A large company, such as companies in London markets, is actually fear of failure that inhibits speed and risk. So innovation means experimenting in searching for a business model. Often failure is the norm, not the exception. What's the culture within your organisation